Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're in a little bit of a different location and we got a couple of engines, my ones. So I'm borrowing the coaches and I've been given permission to borrow them for the purpose of filming today. But this is my D16 Claude Hamilton, which you can see here. Brilliant runner. I've never had a better runner in my fleet besides maybe my P2, but it can go amazingly. Tender's a little bit light, tender might need a bit of weight put into it. But beyond that, it's completely fine and it runs really well. So we got that with some LNER coaches. Just ignore the engines in the background. They're just Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum engines, which is where I'm filming. And so I'm just nabbing a couple of coaches off them for the purpose of filming. And then you got over here my 9F with also borrowed coaches. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coaches, I think. And my LNER Claude Hamilton has 4 coaches. So it's on there, and you can see sort of nicely back to where the coaches are there, which is very good. So lots of coaches on both of them, and we'll have them running around in one moment. That's after I explain the sort of schedule for today. So there's going to be a bunch of clips put together. So I'm going to film this one, running these two, so on and so forth. I have a selection of engines to my disposal of my own fleet. So I'm going to switch. This is going to be the LNER line, and this is going to be everything else. So that's the sort of plan. And yeah, just have the running session that was supposed to be last week being this week. So I've got about 2 hours to film this, so hope you enjoy it. Now let's get into setting the camera up, and then I'll be back with another clip of these two going around. Be back in a moment. Right, and I'm back, and we've got the two of them running around, which you might be able to hear in the background. And I've got my phone set up, so they should just pass in front of here. And then I'll move you guys from time to time and show you more the layout. Right, I'll show you them running more around the layout now. So you can see one of them behind there. That's my 9F going quite nicely. And then you should be able to see here my Claude Hamilton running around. Now the 9F. And then you can see a bunch of engines just sat in the background waiting for attention. Here the Claude goes. Met with 9F in the tunnel, and now we should see the Claude come out. There we go, brilliant shot. And then they both meet in the tunnel over that way, and then we'll see the Claude come out again, and then we should see the 9F. I'm going to try and film it from here so you can see both of them. Hopefully come and meet. There we go. Right, now I'm going to stop both of them in a second and switch both of them out for, I think, my P2 for the Claude and probably my Bully Pacific for the 9F. So I'll let you see them both sort of working out the tunnel. There we go. And now I'm going to switch the two of them over and we'll get to the P2 and the Bully Pacific. Back in a moment. Right, we're back again. Now we've got the P2 on. It's had a couple of laps around just to make sure it works. And then we got the Battle of Britain, Winston Churchill, also known as the Bully Pacific, because it's just easier for me to remember Bully Pacific than Battle of Britain, or there's another class, Merchant Navy. But yes, there's so many classes that have this like streamlining at the front that I've just called it a Bully Pacific for quite a while now, so I just got used to that. But yeah, Winston Churchill and P2 2001 over here, and then they'll be running in a second. Also, just to mention, We've got the 9F and the D16-3 in the background, also known as Evening Star and Claude Hamilton, just sitting in the background because I couldn't be bothered to put them back in their boxes, so they can just sit in the background of the shots and you guys can just see them when these two are running. So speaking of running, let's see if I can do this while holding my phone. Before I do that, quickly, warning about this one. It's probably the worst one. It's really loud, and it's going to really prohibit me getting my voice across to you guys. So if you can barely hear me, it's because of this. So I do apologise. This one's fine. So let's see, can I film like this? It's going to be extremely shaky. Let's try that one. A bit shaky anyway, so... Right, let's have a go. What one's this? Oh, lovely. The noise machine. Let me check what power... That's good. Okay, so let's get this started. Now you guys can hear what I said about the noise. It's incredibly annoying. Right, now let's start the P2. Making sure it's on the right speed. So it won't derail. I do severely apologise about the noise on that one. It needs a bit more work to properly finish it and get it working properly. But I will do that at some point when I get a bit of time to do so, because I'm working down here quite a lot on this stuff, so quite busy. There we go. Speaking of things I'm working on, when I say I'm working on things behind the scenes that I can't show, seeing as I'm here, I can show a few of them. That one's next on my list, Springbok B1, which is ironically the same name as the one I've just bought from here. So yeah, that's on my list of things that are needing my attention, including that thing. That's on my list. Noisy as anything. Obviously never on my list. But yeah, so we got P2 going around quite nicely with the LNER coaches, and then over there we got what might just be nicknamed the noise machine, going along with its 6 coaches, which it still pulls. Like, it's not that it's broken, because it's clearly not. It's pulling quite nicely actually, but it is just incredibly noisy, like annoyingly so. But yeah, so I've got 2 more that I'm going to give you guys, which are extras, because it was just going to be the 4, but I've decided I'm going to try and give you 2 more, which is going to be my parcel express train. So it's just going to be a diesel pulling this line's coaches, which should be coming out now, but it'll be pulling these coaches here. And then I will give you my Sir Nigel Gresley, which will take over from my P2 here, and both my P2 and my Battle of Britain Winston Churchill will come and sit in the yard here, just on some spare track, and so they'll be in the background of the shot. So I'm going to end this clip now, take the engines off and put the new engines on, and I'll introduce them once they're on. So I'll see you in a second. Right, so we're back, and now I've put on my Sir Nigel Gresley, which I've had test run, and surprisingly, and this is a surprise to me because I honestly thought it wasn't going to work at all, it ran very nicely. Obviously it needs a lot of running in, probably like hours worth of it, which I cannot give it unfortunately this time, but considering I know it works now, this Sunday I will give it some running in time, off camera. So anyone who's at the Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum might see that this Sunday. Unlikely to see that one. I've run it previously, but not likely to run on Sunday. But this is definitely, because it needs a couple hours of running in time. 1 hour I'm going forward, 1 hour going backwards. So I will have to basically switch it after an hour, as in take the thing off, turn it around, put it back on Sunday. Not today, because I don't have time. So then we got the parcel train. It's a Great Western Railways express parcel train, as you can see here, numbered 34. It's just number 34 for that. And then we obviously have 4498 Stone Ultra Grizzly, which actually, in the camera, looks incredibly blue. I promise you guys it's not that shade of blue. Like, because here, it looks so blue, but in real life, and I promise you this one, it's the most matte, sort of light blue. It is not that sort of shade of like nice glossy royal blue. It's not. It would be lovely if it was, but at least my camera makes it look a little bit nicer than it actually does look in real life. I mean, I'm not saying it looks horrible, because it definitely doesn't, but the camera definitely gives it that little extra bit of look, which is nice. And then we've got all my other engines just piled in the background, alongside all the Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum engines as well. There is a lot. When you start adding more engines, it just fills the yard up so much. And yes, I'm aware the yard's messy. I have to sort that out at some point, which I haven't got round to doing yet, because that is sort of my job to do. So I will have to do that. Anyway, we'll start the parcels engine here. Up to the speed we normally run things at. And then I will start the Grizzly. There we go. And now we'll see them two running. So we've got them running here. I will try and capture some good shots for you, like that one. Let's see, I'm going to try and lift it just enough. There we go. So you can see the both of them passing. And I'm going to come in down the front yard here, because this is a little loop that we can have to send trains this way, or it can go along the top there, but I've decided to put it down here for you guys so we can get some more shots at the front, and so I don't have to clamber all the way over to the back to get a couple of shots, because I don't feel like doing that today. So yeah, you can see the Grizzly's actually getting along quite nicely now. Because normally that Grizzly is really annoyed when it gets told to run. So I'm really happy to see it running in properly, which is good. I'll get a couple more shots and then I'll wrap up. For you guys, because I don't have anything else to put on, unfortunately. I've run out of engines, which isn't exactly true. I have more engines, I just didn't bring them, because I didn't expect to get through this many, in all honesty, because I had a couple of jobs to do before starting filming, so I didn't expect to be able to film as much as I have, but here we are. We also got all the nice trams in the background, which do work on Sundays, so if you are in the area of the Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum, do pop down. There is tram running. We do run trams, and we also run a collection of these lot when we decide to. And just quickly, I must mention, doesn't run whatsoever, even though it's quite nice. It just doesn't run. The motor's dead on it. Obviously that's on my job list, as most things are around here in the railway. Most of them are on my job list. You can see the two of them running nicely here. But yeah, I will also quickly just what's the best way of doing this? I'm going to quickly cover the camera for a second, and then I'll be back to show you something. Right, there you go. So this is the K3 tender, and this is the Green Arrow, the model Green Arrow that I wanted to film. I'm just filming it quickly, basically to say it's still awaiting work. I haven't had time to work on it. It needs a part or two. It's still here. It still exists. I know I still want to film a video on it for either this channel or my other channel. This is just for anyone who watches my channels. It's here. Probably not going to film on it for a while because it's got a lot of work that needs doing, but it does exist. I'm aware. You guys will get to see it being rebuilt, I'm sure, at some point. Just there's a few things going on behind the scenes with it, but I will update further when ready. Now we're back to the layout. I'm going to quickly stop the trains here. We'll bring them to a careful long one. I do that often. We'll bring them to a stop here in a moment. Oh, the Grizzly's really nice. Sorry guys, I'm just admiring my own trains for a second here. Bring that to a stop. And now we'll bring the GWR down to a precise stop there so I can get them both in one frame. So yeah, we have some lovely engines that I own, if I do say so myself. And yeah, some of these engines that you see in the background that I've mentioned, like the N2 or the Springbok or the LMS or anything that I've mentioned from the pumphouse fleet itself, the Green Arrow being part of that fleet, will not be main features on this channel. You know, if I'm filming here, then I might pop them in time by time. But generally they belong to the Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum, so it is their sort of ability to do what they feel like with them. And obviously I will assist in that to certain degrees of certain things. So when I say I'm working on things off camera, it's because I'm working a lot of their fleet, which you've seen quite a lot of today, which is very interesting because I don't normally show much of their fleet on my channel, but nonetheless I've decided to show you guys a bit. So yeah, obviously if you are able to go down and visit the Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum, please do. It's a great museum. I enjoy it a lot, and I'm sure you guys will as well if you like trains, which I would hope you did like trains if you watch this channel, but I won't judge. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more of the Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum trains, obviously you can visit them, or there is potentially a possibility that I might be doing something with filming them in the future for maybe their own channel. That's an idea I have, but it's a long way off yet. But I need to do some things with that before I can say more. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please like and subscribe. And I do urge you, if you do subscribe, please do turn on that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video, which there might be a few more videos from here, who knows. Depends what I decide to do in the future, which it's likely I will film here again for running sessions, because my track in my room is just not good enough. This is way better, so expect to see some more running sessions from here at the Walthamstow Pumphouse Museum. And with that being said, I hope to see you all next week for, hopefully, and this is a little spoiler because I haven't announced this yet, on any of my channels, including this one, for potentially a video on a new engine of mine. Now, that depends whether I buy it and it arrives in time, which it should do, but I will just drop a spoiler that there are two engines, a Duchess of Sutherland, and a LMS Class 5 that I'm currently looking at buying. So keep your eyes peeled, as they might be on the channel soon. With that all being said, I shall catch you all next week for another video. And yeah, bye for now. Bye.